Hi everyone, good evening. Okay, we're doing a little sing spring set through the next few classes, and spring invites into our yoga practice some more twists, some longer exhales as a release, as a detox, and then some more heating movements so that we create this inner heat to help burn off and cleanse. So we're going to start just sitting, however your legs are comfortable to sit. And 3 slow, deep breaths. So as you inhale, lengthen up through your spine, reach out through the top of your head. And as you exhale, relax your shoulders. As you inhale through your nose, breathe into your whole body, explore the feeling in your whole body. And exhale, breathe out through your nose. One more time, feeling the flow of your breath in. Feeling into your sensation, your awareness. And exhaling out. Leave your hands on your knees and start to circle your spine around. So you're kind of turning your rib cage on top of your pelvis. Think of a spoon inside a big jar, and you're the spoon, and you're kind of circling around the inner rim or the inner wall of the jar. Stirring up the energy through your spine, the sides, front and back of your body. As you come forwards, pause, and then let's just take it the other way around, round and back. And again, just feeling into the movement. Keeping your balance on your sit bones, but making them as large as you comfortably can. And then when you come to center, sit a little taller. So you want to feel that circle draws you into the center and you reach up through the top of your head. Place your hands behind, lean back onto your hands and hover your legs in front of you, feet about the same height as your knees, and grip in the lower belly and lift up through your chest. Cross your legs with the other leg in front. It will feel your less dominant one. And bring your hands onto your knees or your shins this time and move your spine backwards and forwards, flexing and extending. So you inhale forwards, exhale back. Inhale forwards, exhale back. Continue to breathe through your nose, and then let's pick the pace up a little so it becomes a bit more of a sniff forwards, sniff out back, sniff in, sniff out. So there's a little bit more power as the breath travels through your nostrils, creating more space. Kind of rolling forwards and backwards on your sit bones, so your pelvis will tilt, your chest moves forwards and backwards, your head just follows naturally. You're not thinking of leading or stopping with your head, it's just in its natural movement with the rest of your body. A few more. And inhale up tall. And exhale. Place your hands behind again, lean into your hands, lift up through the legs and hover the feet about knee height. Again, squeezing through your lower belly, lift up through your chest. Place your feet down on the floor, toes slightly turned out. Push from your hands behind and see if you can walk in towards your feet, taking your bottom off the floor. Some of you, if your knees don't like that, you might have to come round the other way and end up in a squat position, Malasana. Try getting your elbows inside the knees. If your knees don't like bending this deeply, then you might find that you come into a higher level squat where the knees don't have to go quite as deep. Forearms would rest on your thighs. Take a couple more breaths there. Thumbs towards the chest. One more time. Hands to the floor in front and straighten out your legs, turning your feet so that they're parallel. When I say straighten out your legs, actually keep them a little bit bent, but they're straighter than the squat. Let your head relax. Give your head a little turn. or a little nod, or a little bit of both. And then hold on to opposite elbows. Just hang heavy in your elbows for a moment. Let your body drape a little longer over your thighs. Maybe you pull your body away from your thighs slightly to get the ribs to extend further, and then refold into your legs with a bit more length over the legs. Bend your right knee a lot. Put your right hand on the floor in front of you, so it's kind of in the middle line of your feet, but forwards. And then as your right leg bends, the left leg lifts. So some of you might want to pop a block underneath your right hand if you feel like your back is rounding. Try and draw back through both hips and reach long through your spine out through the top of your head. Right ribs are turning under, left ribs turning up towards your left hand. Try looking up. We switch sides, so bend the left leg, bring your left hand to the floor or block, and as you lift your right arm, right leg is straighter. The right ribs try and turn up towards your arm. Bring your arm back down, bend both knees a little bit, and roll up through your spine. As you roll up through your spine, just letting your spine build one vertebra at a time. Shoulders roll down as you come up to standing. Great. And then if you're not already, can you stand up at the top end of your mat? Press down through your feet, spread out through your toes. Roll back the shoulders a little and reach long out through your fingertips, down through your fingertips. Take an inhale, your arms lift, look up. And exhale, bend your knees and touch the floor. Inhale, straighten your legs a little, try flattening your back forwards. Exhale, bend your knees, let your head fall. Inhale, arms open, push your legs straight as you come up. Exhale, arms by your side, look forwards. 2 more times like that. Inhale, arms lift, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, touch the ground. Inhale, try and flatten your back forwards as the legs straighten a little. Exhale, bend your knees, fold into the legs. Arms open wide, come all the way up. Hands by your sides, look forwards. One more round, arms up, look up. Touch the floor, bend the knees. Stretch your chest forwards, look forwards a little. Bend the knees. Arms wide, push through your feet, straighten the legs. Arms by your side. Halfway through that, inhale, arms lift. Bend the knees, hands down to the floor. Flatten your back, look forwards. Keep looking forwards, bend your knees again until you feel your torso is about parallel to the ground. And then get stronger in your legs, a little squeezing your sit bones, and take your arms by your sides, the palms are facing up. Your legs are deeply bent, your torso about level with the floor. See if you can keep this position, but push through the balls of your feet and push the heels up off the ground. Get right up onto the highest level of your feet. Left hand goes down, right heel goes down. Lift your right arm, the same sort of twist as you did earlier. Keeping the left heel off the ground, extend the left leg all the way back, kind of jumping your left hand back a little bit as well. As that left leg steps further back, you're in a lunge with a twist. Keep rolling your right ribs up towards your right arm, looking up. And press really straight out through the back leg. Squeeze both your hips towards each other so there's a narrowing into the midline. As you exhale, bring your hand down to the floor. Let's drop the back knee down onto the ground. With the back knee on the floor, lunge the hips down and then dangle your arms by your side, so chest up. And keep nice and open in the front of your left hip by drawing your waist back slightly. Arms up as you inhale, look up. Keep it there and see if your palms can touch together. If you can't, then keep your hands shoulder distance apart. One more inhale. And then bring your hands to the floor, straighten your right leg out. And again, you could grab your block if you need to and draw your right toes up towards your right shoulder and kind of squeeze your right hip in a little, squeeze the hips together. Try and spread out your right toes. Aim for a flat back, so lengthen, hips back, chest forwards. I'm going to place that foot back down to the floor again. Tuck your back toes, straighten your back leg, shorten the stride just a tiny amount so you can plant the back heel to the ground. Warrior one, bending your front knee, and as you come up, arms dangle by your side. Bring your hands onto your hips. Try feeling the right hip is pulling back a little, but keep the knee bent. And the left hip is pressing forwards a little until they feel in line. Your hands can check that. Lift up through the chest and draw back a little through the waist. Arms come up, you can gaze up if the balance allows you. You're bent in the front knee and you're straight in the back leg, pressing to the outer ankle, pressing to the outer heel. Last inhale. As you exhale, arms come down. And can you step your right leg back, lower your knees to the floor, take your right arm up high with an inhale, and then thread your right arm underneath until you land on your right shoulder and your right ear, and stretch the left arm up toward the top of the mat. Draw both sit bones up high, out behind. Feel there's a nice rotation in your chest. Tailbone reaching up. Deep breath into the right shoulder blade. Bring your left hand flat on the floor in front of your face so you can push up. Once both hands are to the ground, downward facing dog. Look through the gap of your legs and feel your kneecaps drawing up the thighs and the top of the thighs pressing back further away from the heel of your hands. How much distance can you create from the heel of the hands pressing forwards into the knuckles and the top of your hips pressing back into the sit bones? Walk your feet forwards just behind your hands, toes turned out slightly, Malasana. Sit down into your squat or have your elbows on top of the thighs and thumbs to the center of your chest. Keep a steady gaze forwards. Hands come down to the floor. Straighten your legs, turning your feet parallel. Hold on to opposite elbows again and dangle. Lift your chest off your legs and then lengthen your spine as you go further over the legs, further toward the ground. Release your arms, pull your belly towards your spine as you roll your spine up vertebra by vertebra. Shoulders roll down, and if like me, you're slightly further back on your mat, come up to the top end of your mat. Feet hip distance, inhale, arms up, look up. Bend your knees and touch the ground. Sorry. As you touch the ground with your knees bent, look forwards. And then bend your knees deeply until your chest is parallel to the floor. Squeeze the hips slightly and float the heels off the floor. Oh, hang on, take your hands off the floor first. Okay, and then otherwise it's too easy. Once you've got your arms by your side, then lift the heels off the floor. Heels as high as you can, press the top of the feet forwards. Your tummy and your chest are really close to your thighs, maybe resting on your thighs. Watch out for diving your head to the floor. You don't want your head to be lower than your hips. Now the right hand comes to the floor, left heel to the floor, and twist to the left. Lift the left arm high. With your right heel lifted, take a big giant step back and step your right hand back a bit further so you can get an even longer stride into a twisted lunge. Once more, the hips can easily go offline here, so squeeze both hips towards each other so it feels like they're both coming into the midline. Like if there was a central line over your mat, you're trying to feel like your body is trying to meet that middle line of your mat. Last inhale. Exhale, hand down to the floor, lower your back knee, bring your arms by your side. Lunge forward slightly. Feel the belly tone in, chest lifting up, and then arms come. Your choice to look up. Palms can touch if possible. If you're touching your palms together, try and roll your triceps. So that's the bit of your arm at the moment that's probably facing forwards. Normally it's the back of the arm. So try turning that part of your arm towards each other. Triceps towards each other, and the little fingers connect more. Last inhale. Exhale, hands down, straighten your left leg out, fingers onto blocks or the floor. If you're really rounded in your back, a bit like this, and struggling to touch the ground, blocks there for your hands. Lengthen your chest. Draw your hips back, your chest forwards until you feel nice and long. Left toes lifting up towards the left shoulder so you can really feel an opening into the back of the left leg. Great, foot flat again, rebend the front knee. As you lift your back leg, a slightly shorter stride, turn the heel in a little, just a little, so your heel can touch the ground. Bring your arms by your side, ready for warrior one. Hands onto your hips. Good, you're going to feel the left hip has to draw back slightly, the right hip forward slightly in order to get them level. Keep the front knee bent and press into the outer back ankle, heel. Arms come up, either stay looking forwards or look up. Same with the hands, you can have them shoulder distance, or if the palms can meet, really straighten out your elbows. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Step your left leg back. Lower your knees down to the ground. Lift your left arm, inhale. Thread your left arm all the way under. Land on your left shoulder and left ear. Reach your right arm to the top of the mat. And as you press into your right hand, try and use that as an anchor as your right hip draws back away from the hand, or higher away from the hand. Breathe into your left lung. Back of the left shoulder blade. And then bend your right arm and push back up onto hands and knees to downward facing dog, drawing your heels back. Spreading out all 10 fingers, and again, feel the distance between your hands and the top of the thighs as you press longer. One more breath there. Walking your feet forwards and coming to the last squat, Malasana. This time we're going to try and lower our bottom to the floor. So you might want to put your hands on the floor behind you to support yourself, or you could just land down on your bottom if the floor is easily accessible. Place your feet to the floor in front, roll down onto your back, and we're coming into bridge pose. As you lie down into bridge pose, feet are in line with the sit bones of your bottom, arms down by your side, press long into your arms. Roll your hips up and stand down in your feet. Stand back in your shoulders more. Lift the sides of your chest higher. You might even wriggle your arms a little more to get the chest to lift. Watch out for the weight of your legs going into your outer feet. See if you can bring the weight of your legs into the center so that your feet feel evenly flat to the floor through the inner ball of the foot to the outer ball of the foot, center of the heel. Last inhale. Release your arms a bit wider as you roll down. And pause. Let your spine settle. Moving your bottom an inch over to the right and straightening the left leg out. Bring your right knee and left hand together and twist, taking your knee across to the left, letting your hip lift higher so it stacks on top of the left hip. And reach your right arm out wide. Either gaze to the ceiling or turn to your right ear. Come back up with your knee, foot goes flat to the floor, both feet flat to the floor, and move your bottom slightly off to the left. Right leg straightens out. And then bring your left knee up, catch it with your right hand as you twist the other way. Look to the ceiling or look out to your left arm. Head back to center, bring your leg back to center, left foot flat, right foot flat, and then move your bottom back to the middle of the mat. Go into what's like that squat position we've been doing, but on your back. So your knees come out wide and your feet are going to be on the ceiling as if you're squatting on the ceiling. Then see if your arms can come inside your knees and catch hold of either your ankles, or if your fingers can go in front of your ankles and catch hold of the outer blade of your foot, the little toe side of your foot. So that's arms inside the legs, either holding your ankles or go in front of your ankles and catch the outer edge of your feet. Pull on the feet or pull on the ankles to get your knees wider toward the floor. Legs come together, hold the back of your thighs and bring your head up towards your knees. You can roll on your spine to come up to sitting, or you can come to your side and up to sitting, however's comfortable for you. As you hold onto the back of your legs, lean back on your sit bones, lift the feet up to about knee height, similar to what you did with your hands on the floor behind. So you can always take your hands onto the floor if you need to. Otherwise, release your arms, relax your shoulders. We're going to try and add some little twists here. So your left hand is going to come over and meet your right hand in a prayer, and then open back out again. And your right hand comes over to meet the left hand in a prayer. Inhale, open. Exhale, left palm to right palm. Inhale, open. Exhale, right palm to left palm. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You can do this with your feet on the floor. So if you feel there's a strain in your back, then go with feet on the floor instead. Inhale, both arms open. And exhale, push your chest and your legs away from each other until you're just hovering off the floor. Some of you might need to land straight down on the floor, otherwise try and hold that for 5 breaths. Looking to your feet, lower back touching the ground. 3, 2, feet and head the same height. 1, and then lower down. Reach for your block or bolster. Bend your legs so your feet are flat to the floor and place the bolster underneath your bottom or your block. And then take a full body extension with your hips raised. Let your arms float back, your legs fall apart. And let's take a few minutes here. Closing your eyes. Let that warmth in your belly spread. Try lengthening, relaxing your belly. When it relaxes, it will naturally lengthen. It's better than trying to stretch it, just relax it. This position will naturally stretch out the abdomen, the hip flexors. Another minute and a half here. Just enjoy feeling space in your body. Especially if you've been doing things that require lots of hip flexor action, like cycling, running, hill walking. Maybe you've been bent over quite a bit gardening. This is a real great antidote to that forward, rounded, bent position in the hips, to really opening the hips. The front of the hips, that is, the hip flexors. Last couple of breaths, belly fully rising, fully falling. And then turn on your heels inwards, outwards. And then slide one foot flat to the floor. Press into that foot as you bring the other foot in. Press to both feet. Try pressing into the heels more than anything, so you can really tuck your bottom under and lift the tailbone and come off the block. And release down slowly to the floor. Take a moment there. Let your pelvis land. Feel your back relaxing into the ground. Great. And then from there, left leg straight, right leg up in the air. You can hold the back of your leg, or if you've got something to hold around the foot, do that. For anyone who can easily hold the foot, then hold the foot. Right leg up, left leg on the floor. Use a strap or a band, or if you're really struggling with this, bend the left leg on the ground. If you still struggle with that top leg, have both legs up in the air and go against a wall. Let the back of your pelvis be heavy on the mat, so the tailbone drops. Any amount of bottom curling up is a sign that you're losing the stretch in the back of the leg and you're just pulling up on the back. So to be able to keep your spine long and be able to have the legs straight. So for many of you, if you're using a belt or a strap, you're going to hold further down the strap. Just another 30 seconds. Let the leg fall towards you with gravity and the hold of the belt of the foot. Bend the left leg on the ground and cross your right thigh over your left thigh. Let the foot drop. So you've got your right leg crossed over your left leg. And you're going to drop the legs to the right, just turning slightly onto the outer edge of the right hip, turning your bottom on the spot so you can turn to the outer edge of the right hip. Let the legs drop to the right so the left outer hip is opening the left side of the waist, the left lower back. Left arm in a cactus shape, right hand resting on your belly. Relax your left side. Let the stretch be gradual as you release resistance. Feel the skin and tissue over the outer left hip, gradually releasing layer by layer. Long exhales, releasing into your abdomen, lower back. The leg that's crossed over is just going to uncross and draw the left knee up, followed by the right knee. Once you've got both feet comfortably on the floor, press into your feet and just carefully move your bottom back to the middle of the mat and pause. Your right leg now goes straight, the left leg goes up in the air with your belt. If you haven't got a belt, you can hold the back of the leg. Or if you're, anything will do as well. It doesn't have to be a yoga belt. It could be a tea towel. Or you can hold the foot if you can do that without straining. If your head ends up falling back and you think, yes, I've got hold of the foot, but you can see the wall behind you, then that's a sign that you're overreaching. You want to keep the back of the neck long, like the back of the neck is parallel to the floor. And the tailbone of your spine down. Shoulders relaxed toward the ground, away from your ears. There's no ego, so it's not about yanking the leg back or getting as close to your foot as you can. There's nothing wrong with letting your hands slide further down your belt or tea towel, so it's further away from the foot, but then being able to get a better position. Remember the alternatives from the other side. You can have the left leg bent on the ground, right leg bent on the ground, or both legs up against a wall. Relax your abdomen as you exhale. Feel how that invites your leg to drop in with more ease. Bend the right leg on the ground and then cross your left leg over your right leg. Shifting your bottom very slightly as you drop the legs to the left. Right arm out to cactus shape. You can always put something underneath your legs rather than letting them go to the ground if the ground is too far. And then left hand onto your tummy. So mine actually don't get to the ground anyway, but some of you might. Relax your right side, the outer right hip, right chest. Just every now and then watching and noticing those little shifts within you. One moment something's not releasing and the next moment you've noticed it release. One moment you're in one position, alignment, and the next moment you've dropped a little deeper maybe. The left leg slides off your right leg as you slowly come up to center, and with both feet, when you're ready to, press into your feet and move your bottom back to the middle. Pause there. We can have the bolster under the knees if you like. Give your knees a little squeeze to your chest. And if you're putting the bolster underneath the back of your knees, then make sure it's even on both sides. So they're both the same height. Relax your arms, palms up. Heavy in your body. Light in your mind. Relaxing, being still for a few moments. There's a real richness and gift in stillness. One, because we don't get much opportunity for most of us through our day to properly become still. Two, it allows everything to relax more because you don't have to engage your muscles. And then when you start relaxing, it turns off the sympathetic nervous system, which is when you're engaged and ready to go and ready to flee, essentially. And then we drop into that I'm safe, I'm grounded, parasympathetic nervous system, which is much more healing, regenerating. Often you'll notice when you get into this state of relaxation, your tummy starts to rumble a bit more because your digestion starts to work more efficiently. If you've got longer, please stay longer. Otherwise, feet come up onto your bolster or the floor, turn onto one side. With little fuss, make your way up to sitting. And sit tall through your spine. I'm going to do a short pranayama, which actually is, it's energizing. So if you want to keep that relaxed feeling after yin, and you're not doing anything else for the rest of the evening, you're about to go and have a nice warm bath and you want to stay calm, then just do 3 slow deep breaths. Otherwise, this energizing and detoxing final breathing practice is called skull shining breath. It's Kapalabhati, and it's like a fast exhale through your nose, like you're panting in your nose, but you're focusing on the exhales. So if we start with the mouth open, breathe in, and then forcefully breathe all the air out. And when you push the breath out your mouth, your belly's pulling in to push the breath out. Do the same with the breath in your nose. So soft breath in, pull the belly in, so the breath is forced out. Feel like you're pulling your diaphragm up against your lungs to compress the breath in one shot out. 5 more. And then breathe normally. Bring your palms together. Take a deep breath in. Bow your head towards your hands, honouring your body, thanking your body. Your mind connected to your body now. Your mind in the present moment. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thank you all.